Hello! I'm so happy to make this video and to share with you. I was just talking on my radio show with Carol, who I've known for a little over a year now, about a year and a half, and we were talking about how it is really challenging to break out of the feeling of being alone in doing this work. I know I felt so alone for so long in doing this work. Even though I had spiritual community around me, I still had this sense of aloneness. And especially once I went to the place of deciding to be all in for spirit and to really make my spiritual practice, my spiritual life, my spiritual living and giving to be the whole focus of my life. So in other words, I decided to be all in for God, meaning that when I went to get gas, I went to the grocery store, I'm doing the dishes, I'm taking a shower, I'm doing all the things that we do in life, including going to my job and paying my bills. Every part of my life, I started to put God first in that life. I started to put spirit first in my activities as a way of really just saying, this is what I'm all about. This is what I'm doing. This is my focus. This is my life. My life is the life of God. My hands are the hands of God. My heart is the heart of God. Everything about me is about God. Now, I decided to do that, and I was very dedicated to it, but I didn't know anyone else around me who really wished to be all in. And one of the things that I had learned and discovered about myself is I was hesitant and reluctant to be all in for God, because I really believed that no matter how much I did, it would never be enough to tip me over and tip me away from my fundamental beliefs that there was something wrong with me and that I was bad, that maybe I was inherently evil. That was a thought that I had, a recurring thought, and that no matter how much I did, it would never be enough. I could never undo or overcome the fact that I was just fundamentally wrong. Like in my nature, I was fundamentally not good. These were my core beliefs. But I decided to have trust and faith in God that it could be overcome, even though I had no idea how to do it. I was willing to keep going. I was willing to do whatever it took. And I'm very, very grateful that I had enough trust in God that I didn't give up. But it was very challenging for me to not have other people around me who were all in. And one of the things that really rocketed things for me was my mom got a terminal cancer diagnosis. And that lit a fire under my butt, because my mom and I had had a difficult relationship my whole life. And that was a long time at that point. I was in my 40s. And so I really, once she got that terminal diagnosis, I said, okay, that's it, God. Now I'm going all in, because my mom is not going to make her transition and leave this world until we are 100% aligned with love, and that everything that has been a block to love between us has been cleared out, dissolved, and resolved permanently back to the root cause, so that we never experience it again, and she can make her transition where we both feel totally free, and we are both in the place of complete unconditional love for each other. Now, I had no idea how to make that happen, not one clue how to make that happen, but I decided this is what I am doing. This is what's going to happen. And I put spirit in charge of it. And there were many, many, many days when I would literally get down on my knees and say, Holy Spirit, take these thoughts out of my mind. I do not wish to think them. I do not wish to energize them. I am a creature of love and light, and that's all I'm interested in. And there were many times I did that with tears running down my face. I did it lying on the ground with tears running into my ears. But I kept getting up every time I fell down. Every time I was mean or unkind or had an unworthy thought, I just kept getting up again and again and again. And it taught me so much. And one of the things that I had such a yearning for back then was community. Real community, community of like-minded souls who were just as willing as me. And that's why I've created the Masterful Living Community and this year-long program, because having that community of like-minded souls who are also trying to do something that's very challenging and to not give up. It is so powerful when you have prayer partners, when you have small circles that meet on a regular basis, when you have classes on a regular basis, when you have a spiritual counselor who understands what you're going through. All of these pieces are part of the Masterful Living program, and every part of it is totally optional. I have journals and workbooks. I have all these different aspects, and you can participate as much or as little as you like. Now, I closed registration back in January, but I'm opening it up right now just for a few days, so that if you missed it and you'd like to come and join us and take advantage of all this incredible support and learn to be all in, or more dedicated, whatever level of willingness that you'd like to cultivate, we have a whole community of like-minded souls around the world who would like to do it with you. It is the most extraordinary group of people I've ever known. I've never known anything like this in my many years of spiritual community. People who are truly willing to walk the talk and live the love with more and more commitment every day. It's a difficult thing to do on your own. I struggled so many years with it. And now I became a community builder because I really like having others to do this work with. And as an outgrowth of the Masterful Living program, we now have the Spiritual Counseling Certification Program, and we're launching a Ministerial Teacher Training Program. So we're expanding year after year, and it is extraordinary. People are having amazing, miraculous healings at all levels. Physical, emotional, mental, spiritual breakthroughs all the time. If you would like this amount of love and support, consider having an exploratory call, booking it right away so that you can get in and join us before the registration closes in just a few days. So that's my offer to you and my encouragement to you. Of course, you'll know if Masterful Living is right for you. This exploratory call that I'm offering you with a spiritual counselor is totally free. And it's with someone who would just love to be able to support you in making the decisions that are right for you right now for your spiritual growth. Spiritual practice saves time. It saves money, because when we have a deeper spiritual practice, even if it's just a few minutes a day, it literally can save an hour or more a day, repeating the same errors again and again, having the same arguments again and again, having the same breakdowns again and again. I used to repeat the same breakdowns hundreds and literally thousands of times. That's how deep I felt in the muck and the mire. Spiritual practice pulled me up out of that. I would not have believed it until I did it myself. And that's why our Masterful Living community is a group of people who, some of them have been doing this for years with me, and some of them are just starting out, and you can join us right where you are. Have an exploratory call. Discover if it's right for you right now. You've got nothing to lose, everything to gain. I love you and appreciate you. I'd like to support you in any way I can. God bless you.